handicapped. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Marvel's been going through a rough patch the last few years. It just seems like they haven't been able to get anything right since they released Endgame and No Way Home. This has obviously led most people to either not pay attention to the studio's projects, leading to disappointed box office and lower viewer numbers for their TV shows, or it's led people to hate watch and make content out of it. I, on the other hand, because of my undying love for superhero media, I go into every new Disney Plus Marvel series with an open mind, and though I'm yet to see a show that's been up to my standard, I keep hoping that they get back to their best. And then I watched Echo.
But why?
And I have to say, they've completely destroyed the Daredevil we know and love, and I refuse to ever forgive them for this. It was bad enough that they had him doing the walk of shame whilst wearing that ugly ass red and yellow suit in She-Hulk. But now you're telling me that the same guy that's capable of taking on multiple fully grown, well-trained mobsters and assassins in a confined corridor whilst avoiding taking any major hits is somehow struggling against this one-legged girl that doesn't have any superpowers or special training other than being in an average everyday dojo when she was a kid. Come on, man. Ugh. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a crappy week, because today we're going to talk about Marvel's latest flop, Echo.
Why? But
before we get into the video, make sure you like, subscribe, press the bell notification, all that nice stuff so you never miss a video, and leave a comment when you're done, because I want to know what you think. As you can see, I'm in my pajamas still, because I spent the entirety of this morning watching Echo, and it was such a waste of time. Now, if you don't know who or what Echo is, first of all, congratulations, you actually have a life. Second of all, prior to the Hawkeye series, I didn't either. In the MCU at least, she's this deaf amputee mobster whose father was killed by Clint when he was on his anti-hero arc between Infinity War and Endgame. She then vows to avenge him, only to find out that her uncle, Wilson Fisk, who is once again portrayed by Vincent D'Onofrio, was the one that ordered the death of her father. Echo later enacts what she believes is her revenge on Fisk by shooting him in the head. Now we're all caught up. I have to say, I don't understand why the show was even made. You'd think that in light of recent failures from the studio, that Marvel will be focusing its efforts on rehabilitating its image by working on projects that are surefire successes. But I guess common sense just isn't so common, because this series just further digs a hole for Marvel. It doesn't even seem like they had any faith in the series, because they literally dropped every single episode at once on the same day, and that's not what they usually do when it's a show that they think is going to do well. I don't know how much money they spent on this show, but it doesn't look like they spent more than 10 million, and I know for a fact that Marvel usually spends around 100 to 200 million for every single TV show, so I really don't understand how they spend the money. Episode 2 had the train scene, and I'm not gonna lie, it might actually be the worst looking scene I've ever seen in the MCU. The CGI looks like the graphics you see in like a video game cutscene you saw in the early 2000s. It's that bad, like I'm not even exaggerating, it's trash. The trashness we've seen doesn't end there, however. She jumps from one metallic container to another, and somehow the gunman that was standing between the containers heard nothing. I know she's deaf, but like that doesn't mean that her interactions with the world make no sound. Come on, this woman is about 60 to 70 kg. You're really trying to make me believe that a 70 kg object can land on a metallic container and make no sound? Come on, man. Also, they give you absolutely no reason to like her character. She isn't funny, she isn't charismatic, and not gonna lie, she's kind of a bitch to everyone that cares about her. I don't know what it is with Disney recently, but for whatever reason, they want you to despise their female leads. God forbid they ever tell a joke, crack a smile, or nice to the people around them. For the vast majority of the 5 episodes, she's a stoic, unrelatable person that we see has had a tough life. Then, by the end of the show, after a single conversation with her dead mother, she's able to recover from 20 years of pain, to the point where she's even preaching to Fisk about letting go of your past trauma. F off, man. Also, what even are her powers? At no point they tried to explain what she can and can't do. One minute it allows her to get her foot unstuck from a train coupling mechanism. The next, she's able to pass glowing hands to the women around her, and then she has the ability to put Fisk in a genjutsu, showing him his childhood trauma like Itachi did to Sasuke. It's all just a bit of bullshit. They really lent into the women can do whatever men can BS as well. During episode 3's flashback, they introduced us to this Native American police force called the Horsemen. The leader's daughter is called Tulko. I don't know how to say it now. I don't know how to say it. And she really wants to join their force, but she's told that women are the life givers and men are the life takers. She gets all pissed off and runs away whilst her dad and the horsemen go to capture some criminals. The operation goes wrong, leading to a shootout and the death of one of the horsemen. But guess who comes and saves the day? Tuklo, who stands in plain view without any care for the hundreds of bullets flying around. I know this was meant to be played as a heroic moment, but it's just dumb.
You stupid.
All the cowardly men are using the trees as cover to avoid being shot. But she, who is obviously better trained and has more experience than them, doesn't need cover because only pussies would ever be scared of a bullet. It's just dumb.
You stupid.
The best thing about the show were the action scenes that would cut the sound off, giving us a perspective of a deaf person. That was kind of cool. But even that got really boring and annoying after a while. I know what they were trying to do, having the main character be a deaf individual, but this is not work for a TV show. When there's a show I'm watching that isn't the most entertaining, I like to do other things whilst it's on in the background, so I can at least be productive and keep a track of what's going on. But because our main character only communicates in sign language, there were points where I would try to get into something else and I would realise, oh, I haven't heard anything for some time, and I remember that that's because she's signing. It sounds dumb, but don't force me to have to sit in front of my TV to watch your TV show, okay? It's annoying. It's jarring. Throughout all the marketing leading up to the release of Echo, we kept getting shown scenes of Daredevil and Fisk, essentially hyping up their return and canonizing the Netflix Marvel series. I personally tried to stay away from all those trailers and videos because I wanted to hopefully enjoy the appearance in the show, but oh my days, it was so bad. First of all, Daredevil only had one scene in the entirety of the 5 episodes, and that one scene was just pure, unadulterated cheeks.
Was it actual cheeks?
It was bad. It was bad.
Mad.
It was bad. It was actually so cringy, man. You could tell that they were trying to emulate the style and ambience we grew accustomed to in the Marvel Netflix show, but it just looked lame. Even Charlie Cox's portrayal of the characters didn't seem like what we've been used to. And I don't blame him for it because obviously it's just what the writers and directors asked of him. But it's just shit. Then you have him taking on Maya herself, and he's actually struggling against a woman that's handicapped. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? This is the same guy that fought the Hand, Elektra, and a bunch of other bad guys like Fisk. But this one random girl was able to keep up with him. Fisk even says to her that she kept up with him better than all the other men. But that's not a good thing. I mean it's in the nicest way possible, but she does not look like she'd be able to take on one man, let alone a room full of armed mercenaries, and definitely not Daredevil. I actually feel bad for the actress playing Echo. You can tell that because of all the reshoots they had to do, the actor strikes, and the changes in schedule, her weight fluctuates so much between filming of the both shows. At times it looks like she's struggling to keep up with the action scenes. There does seem to be a lesser physical standard expected of the MCU actresses in comparison to the men. We have guys like Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Michael B. Jordan getting roided up, looking like literal action figures just to play these roles. But for reasons of body positivity, this standard isn't really imposed on the women, and I think the show really suffers as a result. And then her suit, oh my days, her suit is so... It might be the worst suit I've ever seen for any superhero media ever. Like, I know they were trying to do a whole like Native American style, but it was just ugly. Like, it was actually ugly and it didn't fit her well at all. I actually feel bad for her. Like, I sound like I'm being me, but it's not me, it's Disney. Blame Disney. Ugh, it's disgusting. I don't know what they were thinking. It looked, this is someone just threw up on a piece of cloth and gave it to her. Ugh. The absolute worst thing about the show is what they did to Fisk. They literally neutered my guy. They neutered him. There used to be this intimidating aura that would surround him. You'd never know if he was about to switch from this mild-mannered gentleman to a raging beast. But here, no one is scared of him. And can you blame them? This is the same guy that lost a 20-year-old girl in Hawkeye. And now he's also losing to Echo. What is it with Marvel and feeling the need to make the heroes win all the time? They're setting up Fisk to be this grounded villain that we know from the comics and the Spider-Man animated series, but why would I ever fear this guy that's lost easily in 2 shows already? When Daredevil finally beats him in season 3, we felt the raw emotion and the lengths that Matt Murdock had to push himself to actually do it. It showed how much of a formidable opponent Fisk was. But Fisk in the MCU just isn't that, and I hate what they've done to him. They did the exact same thing with Kang and Ant-Man, where you have the weakest of Avengers is killing this guy. So why would I be scared of you? If the weakest Avenger can beat you, why would I think you could even take on any of like the stronger ones like Thor or Hulk or even the whole Avengers team? It doesn't make sense.
You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?
Marvel just keeps digging deeper and deeper holes for themselves, and I don't know what it will take for them to actually start trying to get themselves out, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Guys, let me know what you think. Was Echo the best MCU show ever? Did you actually like her character? Whatever you think, leave a comment down below. Yeah, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Also, he said, don't make me sit down and watch your TV. Bro, you watch anime.
Yeah, but it's different. Okay, it's good. It's entertaining.
And I know you prefer sub over dub.
Yeah, but it's different, man.